Hey there everybody, and welcome to the 7th part of this ZBrush initiation course. Here I'm going to tell you how to make a model pose. Alright, or transpose as we know it. With this element we can make our model pose once we're finished, or at least nearly finished. In this case we can use ZBrush's gizmo for this, okay, transpose, through masks. Let's start with any of these human bodies. Don't take that out of context. Let's double click. Alright, and we'll eliminate the parts we don't want to work with. For example, the skull, the eyes, the neck, and we're left with the body. This would be horrible out of context. Now, if we're not a very experienced person and we wanted to pose the body, well, we would probably have trouble with it, right? They would probably grab one of the brushes, like the move one, and try to move it like this. But they would see that that's quite impossible. So, how do we do this? Well, we do this with masks. For example, I want to grab this arm and I want to put it here. Okay, well, we would make a mask with the symmetry off. Alright. From here we can activate the lasso option and select the arm with the mask. Let's control click to soften the arm, and let's invert the mask. Now thanks to the transpose, okay, I can rotate and I can click, move the mouse, and I can put it around here. This way, we can move the arm with rotate. Alright, look at how this isn't perfect. ZBrush does what it can with the mesh. The mesh can be stretched and later we can touch it up, but this is like the worst way to give something a pose. Now I can lead the mask and select this part here. Okay, control click inside to soften the mask, control click outside of the mask to invert it, and now with rotation we can do the same. Look at how I always work in planes, from the side, from the front, from the top. Never like this, or almost never. You can, but it is just a bit more complicated. Okay, I'm going to make the rotation, I'm going to move the arm. Alright. So, with the center button, I can move this arm as well, like this, okay? I get this and spin it a bit. So from here, with control, you can also make a more precise mask. That means if we click and press control, I can choose the extremities a little bit easier, what I want to select with the mask. Alright, let's start again. Click, control, and move the mouse, okay? Alright, so now I can grab maybe this area here. Alright, I'm going to soften the mask. And this part here, okay, I got the mask selected. I could maybe bring it up here. And now I can rotate the model like this. Okay, to make this kind of selection, it's easy to have the mask selected already. Alright, with control I make the mask, and later, with control and moving the mouse, I make the total selection of the mask. I can invert it, and now I can move this part here, like. Okay. I can move this like this up here, and select, like maybe up to the knee, like that. Okay. And if you don't select, well, you can do it the traditional way. Let's invert, and now I can move the leg with rotate. As I said before, when we make these kind of selections, there isn't anything we have to modify. So posing the model isn't a definitive thing. Well, there's still parts that I need to polish. So it's not like a final thing. Normally, when we work with this kind of thing, we go very carefully, making the different kinds of selections. Even if we have the poly groups, we can use them to help us work better. Seeing as we can also select in parts and work with the different elements. So yeah. So like for example, if we wanted to scale it, we simply scale the arm, and now with move, we can move the arm however we want. Like we can put it here, for example. Okay. So we're not just going to be pushing the model, we're also going to be modifying this. Modify any part of it. If we work in symmetry with the mask, it's always going to be symmetrical. So invert, and now, for example, if we were working on legs, now we'll do the same with the feet in the same way. Select them, soften the mask, invert, put the axis here, and rotate. Here we would have this kind of problem. We have to modify this so that it doesn't stay like this. Okay? And from the top view, we could also move these legs. So this is the way we can pose a model. It's complicated and a little bit tedious, you know, but it's the best way to do it. It's not only done like this. First, the model with the arms open to make it easy to work with the symmetry, and then when the body is done or semi-done with these elements that we've seen, we would apply the pose to the model. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you in the next one. See you later.